Welcome to Enquiry into Self. This is part 4 of our 7-part series where you get to arrive discovering that you are the universe throwing a party for itself. So now we've come to the infinite being having compassion for all the experiences of limitation. So after you've just been bathed in the compassion, and I can tell you it may be over and over and over that you bathe in the compassion. And you may think you're done, and lo and behold, there's more bathing in compassion to be done. So again, there's no end to this process. Just open yourself and allow the willingness to be bathed in compassion to come over and over. Now, as you've arrived in this constant bath of compassion and this awareness that every pain ends up being something that's happening for you, not to you. Finally, there's this opening where our sense of what we are shifts out of the pain and into the infinite. It will shift back and forth, but eventually it starts to make its way kind of more solidly in this infinite being, this alive immensity. And as we get more and more familiar with the alive immensity, there's a sense of potential. You can feel it in life. You could be having a bunch of ideas of how things should work, and then they fall through, and then something steps up and says, it's going to be great. Have you had those moments where all of a sudden you just don't know why, but you just know it's going to be great? Or there's been, rules that just seem nonsense, right? There's so many situations where there are rules that seem nonsense. And then all of a sudden you hear, oh no, those are old rules, they don't apply. And it's like this big opening, this lightning. Life has all these lightning moments. Lots of times if you come from a strict religious background, and then the day comes when it just doesn't fit anymore, you can feel that lightning where you feel, oh my gosh, there's this available spiritual realness that doesn't depend upon all those rules. So anyways, you start to get very comfortable knowing that this lightning just keeps showing up and it's worth leaning into. And as we settle into this lightning, this openness, and investigate it more and more, we discover that it's inherently complete while being nothing. Inherently complete while being nothing. It's amazing how the nothing is so complete. You can sit in the stillness and feel the buzzing life. And the buzzing life is so rich and so nothing. This is when meditation gets really fun. You get to rest as awareness, and it's just like this bubbling up of nothing, of life, of nothing, of life. And you just want to marinate and marinate in that. So now you can almost say truly, my name is nothing. And the moment you can feel that, and so I'm speaking from my experience, When I say, my name is nothing, it means I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to defend. I have nothing that I have to convince anybody of. My name is nothing. And that is infinite being. When I say it in that way, I'm feeling infinite being. And as a result, I experience both freedom and preciousness. And it's a lot of people will reach the nothingness, and it's like this vast, empty nothingness, but they haven't quite gotten to preciousness. And for me, my experience was I really hadn't hit the full nothingness yet. There was still some expectation, some measurement, some comparison that I was saying, okay, well, it's not that. It's not that. But when I truly let go of all ideas and really had no expectation and settled into the nothingness, what arose was preciousness. And that's just what keeps bubbling up, is this preciousness. Now, this preciousness is a signpost that infinite being, you can't quite say it's a persona because it's not. It's more than a persona, not less than a persona, more than a persona. But it has this joyful delight almost. It has this interest, it has this curiosity. It is the source of every experience. So this nothingness turns out makes all the somethings. So if we just stay in the nothings, if we just stay in the absence, we actually haven't hit the full gold mine yet. Because somewhere in the nothing is the birth of all the somethings. Why in the world is this full nothing making up all of experience? So that is the next segment.